This line shouldn't exist. It's 170 kilometers long, perfectly straight. Cutting through the Saudi desert, the plan was to put 9 million people inside it. No cars, no roads, no emissions, just a city folded into a single line. Saudi Arabia said this was the future of how humans will live. But when you look closer, the math starts to break. And that's where this story really begins. Saudi Arabia's most ambitious project ever, backed by hundreds of billions of dollars, promised to change how humans live forever. So what went wrong? The line was announced in 2021 as part of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, a plan to move the country away from oil and into the future. The idea sounded revolutionary: zero cars, zero roads, zero emissions, powered entirely by renewable energy. Instead of expanding outward like every city in history, the line would grow upwards, two mirrored walls, each 500 meters tall, stretching longer than the distance from New York to Washington, D.C. Saudi officials called it a civilizational revolution. The internet called it insane. But Saudi Arabia was serious. Construction began, workers arrived, money flowed, and that's when reality showed up. On paper, the line looked clean and futuristic. In real life, it was an engineering nightmare. Building a straight city sounds simple until you realize the Earth isn't flat. A perfectly straight structure over 170 kilometers doesn't naturally follow the planet's curvature. Then there was the desert itself. Extreme heat, shifting sandwater, scarcity, and violent sandstorms slamming into massive glass walls, and those mirrors? Bird experts warned they could cause massive bird deaths. Heat reflections could raise temperatures even more. Maintenance alone would cost billions every year. But the biggest problem wasn't physics, it was human behavior. The line wasn't designed around how people actually live. Humans like open spaces. They like variety. They like neighborhoods, shortcuts, randomness. The line forced everyone into a single corridor, one transport system, one direction, one failure point. If something broke in one section, entire parts of the city could be affected. Urban planners started quietly criticizing the design. Architects questioned whether anyone would want to live there, and investors started asking a dangerous question: is this city actually practical or just impressive? Originally, the line was estimated to cost around $100 to $200 billion. Later reports suggested the real cost could exceed $1 trillion. At the same time, Saudi Arabia was funding NEOM, luxury tourism resorts, sports investments, global mega projects. They couldn't afford everything at once. By 2025, insiders revealed that plans were quietly scaled back. Instead of housing 9 million people, early phases would support only a few 100,000. That was the moment people realized this wasn't a delay, this was a retreat. Officially, Saudi Arabia never called the line a failure, but actions speak louder than press releases. Construction slowed, budgets were restructured, timelines were pushed far into the future. The dream of a full 170-kilometer city? No longer realistic, at least not anytime soon. The line didn't collapse dramatically. It faded quietly. The line wasn't stupid, it was too ambitious. It tried to skip centuries of urban evolution in one leap. It prioritized spectacle over human behavior, vision over realism. Saudi Arabia wanted to show the future, but the future still has to obey physics, economics, and people. The line may never be fully built, but it will be remembered as one of the boldest experiments in modern history. A reminder that big ideas don't fail because they're big. They fail when they forget who they're built for.